All right. Shalom. Shalom. Ahab wa baraka. In other words, peace, love, and blessings. First and foremost, we want to face the east and give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'Vakadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles and prophets and the teachers that have been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years. And to the sincere Akyawa Akwa, which means brothers and sisters, Shalom and salutations. Let's get right into it. Go into the Yep. Okay. You're able to pull it up?
Yeah, I can. All I got to do is switch it.
All right. We'll go back. Start at verse 17.
Verse 17. Jeremiah 32 and 17. Ah, Lord Yahweh, behold, thou hast made the heaven and the earth by the great power and stretched out arm, and there is nothing too hard for thee.
And it's like when you create something, you're the master of it. We're his creation. There's nothing too hard for him when it comes to us. Keep reading.
Verse 18. Thou shewest loving kindness.
Yes.
Thou shewest loving kindness unto thousands and recompense the iniquity of the fathers into the bosom of their children after them. The great, the mighty Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, is his name.
Keep reading.
Verse 19. Great in counsel and mighty in work, for thine eyes are open upon all the ways of the sons of men, to give every one according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings.
Great in counsel, mighty in work. Okay? For the eyes are open upon all the ways of the sons of men. In other words, he sees everything that you're doing. That's why you're being judged on your lifestyle. That's why in Revelation 22 and 12 says, behold, I come quickly. My reward is with me to give every man according to his works. So according to what you're doing. So it's just getting confirmed right here. And it says, recompensest the iniquity of the fathers unto the bosom of their children after them. The great, the mighty Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, is his name. Now listen carefully. Great in counsel, mighty in works, for thine eyes are open unto all the ways of the Son of Men, giving to everyone according to his ways. You're going to be judged on your lifestyle. And the only person that's going to be able to save you out of your own lifestyle is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, whether he decides to wake you up or not. So,
Want me to read verse 20?
Yes.
Jeremiah 32 and 20, which has sent signs and wonders in the land of Egypt, even unto this day, and in Israel, and among other men, and has made thee a name as at this day.
So he's the one that did all of the plagues against the Egyptians to let everybody know who he was, and then he freed us from the oppression of the Egyptians. Now we live in secret Babylon and spiritual Sodom and Egypt. The word Egypt means oppression. It means slavery. He saved us out of slavery with great works. So those great works were all those plagues he put on the Egyptians. Guess what's happening now? Plagues are going out. And prophecies are being fulfilled. And pretty soon, they're going to make it mandatory that we're digitally subscribed to the new society. And it's just not a joke anymore. Right now, like I said last week, we're going through that cool new phase era. Like, ooh, look at this. This is the cool new thing, the cool new thing era. Let's jump around a little bit. So no one can deliver us except for Yahweh. Give me Sirach 23 and 18. 23 and 18. It's in the Apocrypha, so it's Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. So it's Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, 23 and 18. Start at verse 18. This is where Ecclesiasticus 22. Start at 18. Okay, hold on. Sirach 23 and 18.
Sirach 23 and 18. A man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness, the walls
The walls
cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins.
Keep reading.
Verse 19, such a man only feareth the eyes of men.
So, wait, right there, just stop for a second. Such a man, so a foolish man, a stupid man, doesn't realize that there is a spirit watching over you. How do you think you're getting judged on your works if nothing's watching over you? Keep reading.
And knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts.
That right there. So you can't get away with anything. Like I said, the Most High is the only one that's going to be able to save you. When you think that you're doing something in the dark, you're being watched. Just like how the government likes to pretend like they're the Most High, and they want to watch everything you do. They're just trying to play God. That's why they have the scripture that says that he sits in the seat of God, calling himself God, telling himself that he is God. So you know what I'm saying? So
what you do in the dark will always come to light.
Yeah, you can't. And that's in the New Testament in the book of Matthew, I think, that everything that's done in the dark will always come to light. You're not going to be able to hide anything. And really, the only person you're trying to hide stuff from, or you should be worried about hiding something from, is Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, because that's all that matters. This world doesn't matter. When you guys get that through your heads, you're going to realize that this place is temporary, but the kingdom is eternal. This is a test. This has all been just a test to find out whether you are worthy of the kingdom or not. And let's jump around some more, because this class is about how you guys are just not gonna, you're not gonna get away from Yahweh's wrath. Let's go to Romans chapter 11. Starting from the top. You need to turn your phone on to where it'll be on for like 5 minutes at a time before it doesn't turn off after 30 seconds. Oh, we'll do that later, but I noticed that your phone always turns off right away. So go to Romans chapter 11, I said? Chapter 11. Read the first 2 verses.
Romans 11 and 1. I say then, hath Yahweh cast away his people? God forbid, for I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
So God, Yahweh hasn't cast away his people. You cast yourselves away, honestly. You guys turn your back, you forbear, you reject the truth, you reject the teachings, you reject the instructions. And we're going to get into that and what's going to happen to you. So keep reading. We're in verse 2.
Verse 2, Yahweh had not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What the scripture saith of Elias, how he maketh intercession to Yahweh against Israel, saying,
Lord.
Yahweh, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life.
So, and that was more than what we needed, but Yahweh has not cast away his people. I just told you that this is all a test. Literally, you're being tested. That's why it says gold is refined in the fire. When you burn gold, and I've said this a million times over, how do you know when the gold has been refined? How do you know that it's finished being cooked by the fire? Well, according to a goldsmith, you would be able to see your reflection in the gold. So when the Most High says gold is tried in the fire, he's saying that you're going to be reflecting his words and his lifestyle, his culture. That's when you know that you've been refined into the gold that he's talking about. You have to have that lifestyle of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. It says be Christ-like. So to be refined like gold, it means you have to reflect Yahweh's works in your daily life. It's very simple. It's very simple. Let's jump around some more. Let's go to Proverbs 18 and 10.
Proverbs 18 and 10.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the class yet. I just got a bunch of notes on top of a class I wanted to bring out, so let's bring out those notes. Proverbs 18 and 10. I was just saying it again.
Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
So, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is a strong tower. And to confirm that, it says in the prologue to Sirach, or the son of Jesus, Sirach, who says that the words uttered in a foreign tongue have not the same power in them. That's why we try to use the real name instead of saying God and Jesus. We say Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh means he exists. He is. Bahashem means in the name. And Yahweh Shai means he is deliverer. Or he is the deliverer. So we like to call him by his correct name and utter it in the correct tongue due to the fact that there's more power in it. So he hears you better when you speak to him in his tongue. And if my name is Craig and you keep calling me Todd, but you find out that my name is Craig, but you still continue to call me Todd, after a certain amount of time, I'm going to say, hey, my name is Craig, not Todd. So if you're going to continue saying Jesus, when you know his name is Yahweh Shai, then that means you're forbearing the real name. You've rejected it. But after a while, he's going to say, no, this is my name. This is the name we go by. This is the name you're saved in. Not all of these sidekick transliterations. Those are not the name. So the name uttered in the correct tongue has the power in it. So we want to use that correct name. You know what? In fact, give me 1 Timothy 2 and 15. Yeah, because we gotta make sure that we know that this name is right. And how do we know that his name is correct? If we're out here, how are we gonna know that the name's correct? It's 1 Timothy 2 and 15.
1 Timothy 2 and 15. Notwithstanding,
Wait. Where is it? Why?
No.
think it's 2 Timothy 2:15. Yes. Yes. So how do we, let me ask you the question again. How do we confirm that we're saying the correct name? Now give me, I'm sorry, Salakia, 2 Timothy 2:15.
2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
So a workman of Yahweh, he's not going to be ashamed to look up and say, oh, this is the correct name. Let me rightfully divide this word of truth and bring it back to my brothers so we can all rejoice in the word. You can't rejoice in lies, because at the end you start to figure out, oh man, this is just a lie, man. This is all messed up, man. They lied to us. And when you guys find out that you've been lied to, you're going to find out how wicked you really are when the people that were telling you the truth are the ones that you went against. That's why it says, I will be hated for his name's sake. We're hated in his name's sake. Why? Because with that name comes all of the truth and in the instructions. So let's get into it some more. We're only going to go to Jeremiah chapter. We're only going to go for a while because I had some old notes, but as you can tell, my dog ate the rest of the class. My dog ate my homework.
Dog ate your homework?
Yeah, I came out there and they were just tearing one page at a time slowly. I was like, I've had this book for years though, so I refuse to just let all my notes go. So let's go to the book of Baruch, chapter 3, and start at verse 7. Because we're going to get back into that name for a minute. Let's get back into the name. Because in this day and age, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to start going back to the truth and calling on the correct name. So give me Baruch 3 and 7.
Baruch 3 and 7.
Yeah, and I bring this out all the time. You know why I bring these same scriptures out all the time? It's because these are the ones that are happening right now. These are the prophecies that are being fulfilled. Baruch 3 and 7.
Baruch chapter 3, verse 7. And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name, and we praise thee in our captivity. For we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before thee.
And for this cause thou hast put, let me read verse 6. For thou art Yahweh, our Lord, and thee, O Yahweh, will we praise. Now, since we're praising Yahweh, I forgot to tell you to bring that one out, Salakia. So now that we're praising Yahweh, how are we going to praise him? We're going to praise him in our captivity. And so while praising him in our captivity, the fear that he puts back in our hearts is actually understanding what these instructions really say. See, once you justify your way out of the truth, you don't have to read the Bible. My mind is the Bible. I know the whole Bible. People don't know the Bible. Ain't nobody read the Bible. People have listened to other people tell you what the Bible said. That's a big mistake. You're never going to win that way. But it says, for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name. That is the real name. Remember, the words uttered in a different tongue have not the same power. So when you're calling God and Jesus, God is a Hebrew word, but it means Babylonian deity of financial increase. Why do you think you guys have in God we trust on your money? It's pretty simple. And what does Jesus mean? Anybody can tell you that. It means Hail Zeus. I wonder where that, and it was Jesus at first, because there wasn't even a J until like 1629? Because I have a 1611 King James Bible and there's no J's in it. So these made up names are wrong. So when you hear the real name that the Most High has given you, use it. That's all. You just use it. Call upon the real name. You don't, then you forbear. If they hear, let them hear. In other words, if they receive it, let them receive it. If they forbear, if they reject it, let them reject it. That's why it says I'm going to let them grow together. Weeds and tares. Let the wheat and the tares grow together. And at the end, everybody's getting separated. We already told you those tares, what are they? They're going to be bundled up for the fire. And the wheat is going to be put into the barn. The barn represents the safe place, the kingdom of Yahweh. So let's keep going. Verse. So in this day, okay. Let's prove that this is the day and age that we're going to be calling on the true name. So let's prove that. Baruch 3 and 8.
Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord Yahweh.
So, yet this day in our captivity, we've been scattered to the four corners of the earth for a repayment and to suffer a curse. And in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, it says that these curses shall be on thee as a sign. So for a sign, these curses are on you for a sign to let everybody know who you are according to Scripture. And it says also you will be subject to payments. Man, you couldn't get a drink of water in this place without paying for it. So think about that. If we have to pay for water, some places, hey, we only let customers use our restrooms. You see what I'm saying? So in this society, it's like, it's very wicked. It's very cutthroat. And you are subject to pay for every aspect of your life. If you want to see better, you got to buy some glasses. I got them right now. I mean, you can think of anything, and you're going to have to pay for it. We got to go to our oppressors according to Deuteronomy 28, I think, what is it, 53, 63? It says that hunger, thirst, nakedness, and the want of all things. So that's right now. So we are subject to payments, okay? According to all the iniquities. So this is why. Because of all the sins of our fathers which departed from the Lord Yahweh. So we are sent back in the third or fourth generation to suffer recompense and a curse. Most people don't understand or believe that. But believe me, everybody gets sent back. Everybody. Even Yahushua, who everybody so ignorantly calls Jesus. Who do you think Adam was? Who do you think King Solomon was? Who do you think Melchizedek was? But come on, guys. Let's jump around some more. Let's go to Revelation chapter 7. And give me verse 4.
Revelation 7 to 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all tribes of the children of Israel.
This 144,000 are going to be the prophets and the teachers that wake up first to teach the 1/3. And so when it talks about we're going to praise you in our captivity, this is how we're going to praise you in our captivity according to Baruch 3 and 7. We're going to rise up and teach the children of Israel. And it tells you, once again, I'll say it, you'll be hated for his namesake. So when we start bringing out this word, everybody has that same thought in their head when they come into this truth. Oh, man, wait until I tell everybody, they're going to switch right over. Hell no. Hell no. They are not switching right over. And if anything, you're going to be losing friends once you tell them what the Bible really says. Next thing you know, it becomes you are the one that gets slandered for the truth. Everybody hates the truth. That's why I say the truth hurts. Lies are fun. It's fun to be in a lie, but it hurts to be in the truth because you understand right from wrong. Let's go to Revelation chapter 3.
Revelation chapter 3.
And start at verse 10.
10. Revelation 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
These are the people that are going to praise Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai in their captivity. He's going to keep them from the hour of temptation. Finish that out. Let's get it.
Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Let me get a quick preset. Let me grab this real quick. Jeremiah chapter 30. We're bringing it out again every week. Every week we're doing this right now. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Read that verse again.
Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
So that is the time of Jacob's trouble that the ones that praise him in their captivity will be saved out of. It's very simple. Keep reading. Verse 11.
Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Hold on to this truth and let no one deceive you and steer you out of the instructions you've been given. Don't let them justify you out of this 100% truth. Keep reading. One more.
Verse 12. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of Yahweh, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of Yahweh and the name of the city of Yahweh, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from Yahweh, and I will write upon him my new name.
And that is Yahweh. And we can only show you that through a whole different class, pretty much. But let's go back. To verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast, which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. You got to keep a hold of this truth. It's that simple. Him that overcometh, I will make a pillar in the temple of Yahweh, and he shall go out no more, and I will write upon him the name of Yahweh. Okay? So the people that come back to this truth, the people that according to Matthew 24 and 13, he that endureth until the end, the same shall be saved. So that's what it's talking about. He's going to make those people a pillar. Like, what is a pillar? It's strength. It represents a solid foundation that can't be moved. Let's keep going. Let's go to the book of Exodus. We're moving on. Exodus chapter 6. Up at the top of the Old Testament. Genesis, Exodus is the second book.
Exodus chapter 6.
10.
10.
Exodus chapter 6. My bad, I'm sorry. Exodus chapter 6. So I can.
And verse
3.
3.
So start it. Just start from the top, but the point is in 3.
Okay. Exodus 6 and 1. Then the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, Now shalt thou see what I will do to
Now they'll see what 6 is. Where are you at?
To the 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, so where is it? Oh, Pharaoh. Sorry. I didn't know where you were at. I was looking at verse 3. Salakia, start over.
Exodus 6 and 1. Then the Lord said unto Moses, Now shalt thou see what I will do to the Pharaoh. For with a strong hand shall he let them go, and with a strong hand shall he drive them out of his land.
Keep reading.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses, and said unto him, I am the Lord, Yahweh, and I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob by the name of Yahweh Almighty.
Actually, he showed up by the name of El Shaddai, which means demon-like power. They didn't have the same name, but
By the name of El Shaddai, but by my name, Yahweh, was I not known to them.
that's how we know Yahweh was that new name that he gave to us. It's that simple. It's all in the scripture. I thought we were going to have to do a whole class, and I forgot. I got it right there in the next verse. Good. So, by my name Yahweh was I not known to them, because they would call Abraham, Isaac, Jacob was calling him El Shaddai, which means demon-like power. They didn't know this name. We were given this name. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. It was given to Moses. I'm sorry. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but Moses was given that new name. Let's go to Psalm 85, starting at verse 7.
Psalms
85.
85.
Yeah, way down there. 85. Starting at verse 7.
85 and 7. Psalms 85, verse 7. Show us thy mercy, O Lord Yahweh, and grant us thy salvation.
Keep reading.
I will hear what Yahweh the Lord will speak, for he will speak peace unto his people and his saints, but let them not turn again to folly.
So he's gonna, just like I said in the very beginning, when the one actually I was doing I'm thinking of a previous class I did, Salakia. I was doing a different class, and I was talking about how the two sons. You got the prodigal son. You remember the one that took off, and he separated himself from the father. He had a riotous life, and then he lost everything and came back, right? So it says, where were we at? Psalms 85 and 8. So he came back, and his father spoke peace unto him when he said, I'm no longer worthy of being called thy son. The first thing he did was get him the nicest robe out of the house, which is a metaphor to what the Most High is slow to anger, but when you return to him, he's quick to have mercy on you. So that's why it says he's gonna be there for you, but turn not again to your other way of life, or it'll be death for you, pursuant to Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 12 and 13. It literally tells you you can be righteous, and as soon as you stop being righteous, you're worthy of death. Or you could be wicked and be worthy of death, and as soon as you stop being wicked, you're worthy of life. You're back in life again, the spiritual. Let's keep going. Let's go to the book of Psalm. I want to say 147 and 11. Let's see. Sometimes I got sloppy notes. I'll share it with you. You know what? Yeah, I'll read it. Psalm 147 and 11. Yahweh taketh pleasure in them that fear him, in those that hope in his mercies. That's the return not again to folly. Because, like I said, even the prodigal son, when he returned, he got that brand new robe. So what did that came? The son came back like, I'm not even worthy to be your son. Let me just be a slave in the quarters with the rest of them. So it's a pretty good metaphor. But Yahweh taketh pleasure in them that fear him. So what is the fear of Yahweh? Let's get it. Let me get it real quick. The fear of Yahweh is to keep his commandments. Ecclesiastes 12, 13, and 14. I had it in my next, it's funny, I'm trying to get a precept, and I literally have it written down. I looked over, and I'm like, it's already written there. So we'll just stick to the book. Ecclesiastes, look, not Ecclesiasticus, but Ecclesiastes, right next to Proverbs in the Old Testament. Yeah.
Chapter
12. Read 13 and 14. Yes.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole day of the whole duty of men.
So what's the fear of Yahweh? To keep his commandments, to follow his instructions. Read 14.
Verse 14. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
That goes back into his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. It goes back into Revelation 22 and 12. Behold, I come quickly, my reward is with me to give every man according to his works. It all is a harmonious thing. It all works together perfectly. Let's jump around some more. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah 3 and 15. We already broke out 2 Timothy 2 and 15 and study to show thyself approved. A workman beeth not ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth. So let's go ahead and get Jeremiah 3 and 15.
Jeremiah 3 and 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
I will give you pastors according to mine heart, the way I feel. I want these guys to teach you the way I said to, not the way you feel you should have been taught. None of that. We're not here to spare feelings or make you laugh, make you cry. We're just here to deliver the truth. So, read it again.
15.
Yep.
Jeremiah 3 and 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart.
So I will give you pastors according to the way I think. That's on that. How does Most High say it? David is a man after my own heart. He's got the same mindset. So he's going to give you pastors, teachers that are going to have the same mindset as Yahweh in these last days. Keep going.
Which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Which shall feed you. To be fed means when they teach, you're ingesting the truth. So they're going to feed you with that knowledge and understanding. In other words, you're going to receive the message and understand it. Let's keep going. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 18.
Deuteronomy?
Yep. Deuteronomy chapter 18 and 18.
18 and 18?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 18 and 18. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him.
I will give you pastors according to mine heart. So how's he going to do that? He's going to raise up prophets. In other words, he's going to teach them a certain way from among their brethren, like unto thee. And I will put my words in his mouth. So every time I come out here, I can bring out this same class every week, and it's going to be different. I can bring it out every week because he's going to tell me to say something different. It's not up to me. That's why when you go into Job 33, starting at verse 14 through 16, it tells you when you're sleeping in the deep sleep of night is when he seals your instructions. And what is he doing? He's holding you back from the pit. So when you speak of the truth, the Most High has actually already given you your instructions while you're asleep. What was that? I will raise him a prophets according to my will.
That's Deuteronomy 18 and 18.
Yeah, and he shall speak to them all that I shall command him. So the Most High is actually, and he told Moses that too. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you, I'll put the words in your mouth when the time is right. He tells them, don't bring anything with them. Don't bring anything. When he was with Yahweh, like, don't worry, we've got everything we need. The Most High is going to provide for it. And that goes all the way down to what you're going to say when you need to say it. That goes all into that's why we call it the 100% truth. Because it tells you that he's only dealing with certain people. In fact, give me 1 James 1 and 5.
1 James 1 and 5?
Yeah, because that goes right back into study to show thyself approved. James 1 and 5. Because my notes got torn in half, this class might not be as long as normal. I'm gonna run out of scriptures.
James 1 and 5?
Dogs.
Yeah, nah, I don't get mad at him. James 1 and 5.
Your dogs ate the meat.
James 1 and 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him.
So it says, if any of you lack the wisdom, that's the studying to show thyself approved. What does it say? It says, let him ask of Yahweh that giveth to all men for free. How do you get it for free? Upbraideth not. So when you start studying, you don't stop studying, you stay studying. Not like you wake up every morning, you go study all day until you fall asleep at night. No, but most of the, I would say all of the 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe are meditating on the word 24 hours a day. Everybody else, just be part of the 1/3. Be whatever the Most High has set you here to be. But when you're part of that chosen elect, you wake up in the morning thinking of scriptures. You go to bed at night thinking of scriptures. But it says, upbraideth not, and it shall be given. So he gives us this truth for free. If we stick to the truth, we'll be able to understand the truth. It's just like anything. If I wanted to be a professional basketball player, I just don't show up. Look out, Jordan, he had to practice for years, and every time he made a mistake, he went back over that mistake at the end of each game. So he showed dedication, and that's what the Most High wants out of us. That's that upbraiding not. That upbraideth not is that same dedication that he was given, that he got to the top. If you want to be at the top of this game over here, upbraideth not from this truth. Let's go back over to Psalms 85. Psalm 85 and 9.
Psalms 85!
Wait. I have to say, oh, no wonder. I'm sorry. Oh. Psalm 85 and 9. Go ahead.
Psalms 85 and 9. Surely his salvation is nigh them that fear him, that glory may dwell in our land.
Surely salvation is near the people that fear Yahweh. And how do you fear him? by following his instructions. So if you're part of the true 144,000 or the 1/3, and the 144,000 within 1/3, of course, if you're truly part of that, what are you going to do? Read it again.
Psalms 85:9. Surely his salvation is nigh. Them that fear him, that glory may dwell in our land.
So you're going to fear him, and you're going to show your fear by doing the works. So it says in the New Testament, some people have faith and some people have works, but it says, I will show my faith by my works. Let's get the next one. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 36. So right now, we're showing our faith and our fear of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, by our works. So you know we have faith because it tells you, go out to the highways and hedges and preach to the wind. It tells you that you're going to be hated for his name's sake. And so what do we tell you? We say the real name is Yahweh. And when people hear that, how could you get mad about that? But you can say the wrong name all day and be happy with it. It just shows that you reject the truth. So get me Ezekiel. We're going to go back to jump around a little more. Ezekiel chapter 36 and 24.
24.
Uh-huh.
Ezekiel 36 and 24. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land.
Now, what did I tell you about the wheats and the tares? He said to bundle the wheat and put it in the barn. So isn't that the same thing right there? Isn't that just saying the same thing? Read it again.
For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land.
So the Most High is going to take this 1/3 and this 144,000 that's joined with this the teachers within that 1/3, and he's going to bring them back into their own land. See, this book isn't talking about everybody, and you can see that that's very clear. It's only talking about a specific people. And like I have to tell everybody every single week, this is not a complexion doctrine. This is a bloodline doctrine. And if you've been scattered to the four corners of the earth, you just might so happen to look like the other nations and yet still have the same bloodline that takes you back to Abraham, Isaac, and through the Jacob will the promise be kept. Let's keep going. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 7. Go to start at 16.
Genesis 7 and 16. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as Yahweh had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in.
So when Noah, his 3 sons, and their wives went into the ark, Yahweh shut the door, not Noah. Yahweh shut that door and sealed it. Why do you think they couldn't claw their way in? And you got to remember, man, there is no rain falling in the sky in all of history until that day. That must have been just a weird day, don't you think? So, keep reading.
And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth.
So the ark, there was so much water that the ark actually lifted up above the earth. I think the closest mountain tip was a couple 100 feet down when this place was actually flooded. You know what's crazy is now they're starting to find all these things that are underwater, that look like they were flooded underwater. And so it's really starting to show up. Keep reading.
18. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters.
So 15 times 18. So keep going.
And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered.
Keep reading.
15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered.
15 cubits. That's 15 times 18. And that's how high the water was over the tip of the highest mountain. It's a lot of water. It's a lot of water. It's a lot of water. Just saying. Keep reading.
And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of foil and
Foul. Birds.
both of fowl and of cattle and of beasts and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man.
So everything was destroyed. Most High's getting ready to do that again. And in this day in our captivity, we're gonna praise you in our captivity and call upon your real name. See, the mistake that all these people made was during that 120 years that Noah was telling everybody there's going to be a flood, they made fun of him. They laughed. They scorned. And it's a beautiful thing because, that's what's happening these days too. They make up words like they call us, what do they call us? Black Hebrew Israelites. They make up these slanders so they can justify wickedness. Slanderous is what it is. It's wicked and it's evil. We're just the children of Israel. Yashar Allah. Why is that such a bad thing? Because we're waking up in these last days to let everybody know we're about to go home. Let's stay in Ezekiel still. Where were you at? I'm sorry, Genesis 7, verse 22. Give me 22.
All, Genesis 7 and 22, all in whose nostrils was the breath of life of all that was in the dry land died.
The Most High killed everybody. And like I said, he's going to do that again. Read me in one more.
And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creepy things, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth, and Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark.
So, the Most High already killed everybody once. Don't think he's not going to do it again. Because it says that the second Exodus with Moses is going to be so great that when he comes and gets the children of Israel, that you're not even going to remember the first Exodus. It's going to be like a fading dream. So everybody's getting ready for something big to happen. And the children of Israel honestly can't wait. But 2/3 of these children reject the truth just like the rest of the world. And I understand. I guess I would be feeling some kind of way if the Most High didn't choose me and said I was less than spittle. Let's jump around some more. Let's go to Zephaniah chapter 2. Yeah, this is a day of notes and reviews. This is a review today. Zephaniah chapter 2, starting from the top.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, ye gather together, O nation not desired.
Well, you know what? That's talking about Israel in these last days. The ones that are waking up, we're gathering back together in this truth. Not like we're all going to run around like the Fat Albert fucking gang. We're going to gather together in the truth. We're going to all come back to that like-mindedness when it comes to this scripture. Keep reading.
Before the decree be forth before the day passed, as the chaff before the fierce anger of the Lord Yahweh come upon you, before the day of Yahweh's anger come upon you.
So, before the decree bring forth, that's before all these, when all the prophecies get fulfilled and it's time to get down, you got to remember, he's not flooding the earth this next time. No, he's going to set this motherfucker on fire. And by fire, he's going to plead with all flesh. Remember? So that decree before the day pass as a chaff. What's the chaff? That's kindling for fire. So give me Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15 and 16 again. Let's just keep bringing it out until the people know it by heart.
Isaiah chapter
66, 15 and 16.
15 and 16. Isaiah 66, 15 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
So it says, before the decree brings forth, before the day passes the chaff, before the fierce anger of Yahweh come upon you. It says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Who's the most hated on the earth? Why does the government make fake AI videos about so-called black people doing stuff, and then we keep finding out? How about the black dude that stabbed a woman in the throat on the subway in New York? You know that those were both crisis actors and that was fake? Do you know that woman also died in Ukraine, the exact same woman, as a news reporter? Did you notice that when she got stabbed in the neck, no blood squirted out the side of her neck like crazy? Which is a real thing that happens when you get stabbed in the neck. And then you look it up and you find out, wow, these are actually crisis actors. So they're trying to push a narrative. So who's that nation not desired? Who's getting these things done to them? How is it that you can pull up on a black person and want to shoot when they haven't done anything wrong? You pull up on a so-called white person, they'll be holding a gun, and you don't do anything to them. The black guy, you're swearing up and down he might have a weapon and pulling a gun on him, but this is guy like he's trying to get his phone out to record you, and you shoot him. The white guy's holding a gun saying, you better get away from me, cop. And nobody does a damn thing.
Martin Luther King, right on.
Yeah, Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King worked for the fucking CIA or the FBI. He was one, or he wouldn't have made it so far. You can't be on television. You can't be in the Rosa Parks where she had to sit at the back of the bus. You know, I was actually a teenage girl that did that, and they went and reenacted it with the fucking news. How do you think the news got there for them to watch her get arrested? That was all made up and fake too. All of it. That I had a dream speech, you know why they took him out? Because he was about to say, that dream was a nightmare. He was about to tell the truth. You know, sometimes the Most High just builds up on your conscience and it just tears you apart inside until you do something about it. So, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Okay? Before the decree bring forth, before the day passes the chaff, before the fierce anger of Yahweh come upon you. Okay? Give me verse 3.
Verse 3, Isaiah 66.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. Isaiah 66, verse 3. He that killeth an ox.
No, I'm sorry.
Zephaniah.
Sorry. Salakia. Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 3.
2 and verse 3. Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have watched his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness, and maybe ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
And when he comes to remove the children of Israel from this persecution, you better hope that you're one of the meek. And I love that word meek. Meek means to possess the ability to produce your cause, but to to rely to have 100% faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that He's going to take care of you. So in other words, you got the strength to do it yourself, but you've been told in the scripture, prayer and fasting, being hasten not in time of trouble, depart not away. It tells you, be patient at thy low estate. It's telling you, let the Most High take care of everything. So, be meek. Meek means you think that you can do this because you're strong enough, but it's really telling you to have 100% faith in Yahweh. That's why I like the word meek so much. And if I'm wrong, tell me how Moses was so meek and soft, yet he fucking chopped somebody's head off. He chopped their head off. Give me a break. Moses was a warrior. He wasn't soft like people try to say. He was kind-hearted to his own people because he had compassion and love for his own people, something that we don't have in this day and age. We don't love our own people. We hate ourselves more than anybody. And that's the worst. That's the worst part about being an Israelite, being a crab in a bucket to your own brother, instead of just being able to come back together. You see all these other nations working together. You get some Israelites, man, we're all against each other. And that's crazy. And it's just the way it's going to be until the Most High comes and puts everything back in order. We got a couple more verses, and we're going to shut it down. Isaiah chapter 20. Yeah. Verse 20 and 21. Yeah, Isaiah chapter 20. Yeah.
My people
You know what?
Isaiah 26:20. Isaiah!
Wait. We're gonna start at verse 16.
Isaiah 26:16. Yahweh in trouble. Have they visited thee? They poured out a prayer when thy chastisement was upon them.
We praise the Most High in our captivity. Keep going.
Like as a woman with child that draweth near the time of her delivery is in pain and crieth out in her pangs. And so have we been in thy sight, O Yahweh.
It says, like a woman giving birth to a child when she's almost fully dilated in the most pain. He's comparing the oppression this place has put us in to the pain of a childbirth. Okay? Do you guys understand that? So, which one was that? And we cried out just like the woman. We've been crying out. And we've been crying out. And I told you at the beginning of the class, if his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, we're crying out in the sight of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's why we have to call on the correct name. We got to call him by his right name. That way he knows that we're calling on him and we're not justifying bullshit. So go ahead. Keep reading.
Isaiah 26:18. We have been with child. We have been in pain. We have, as it were, brought forth when we have not wrought any deliverance in the earth, neither have the inhabitants of the world fallen.
Keep reading.
Thy dead men shall live together. With my dead body shall they arise, awake and sing. Yet sing ye that dwell in dust, for thy dew is as the dew of herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead.
And you know, that's beautiful. Right there it says that the dead man shall live. Together with my dead body shall they arise. So he's even saying, I'm spiritually dead too. And we're all going to come back into that spirit. That's what it's talking about. It's not like fucking zombies are going to start showing up. It's saying that you're dead in spirit. So when the dead man lives, it means he's coming back to the truth. People don't understand this book. I guarantee you that. People don't understand this book. So it says that the dead man shall live, and together my dead and spirit body also shall rise back into this truth. That's what it's talking about. Awaken and sing, ye that dwell in the dust. Well, you know what? Let me get it real quick. Wait, hold on. Not yet. Yeah, but stay there. He said, out of the dust can these dry bones live. Can these dry bones live? What chapter and verse? Chapter and verse. There it is, Ezekiel 37. So this is what this is going into right here. Ezekiel 37, KJV authorized. Ezekiel 37, KJV authorized. I'm like ready to throw this book, tablet as hard as I can. And here it is, Ezekiel 37:3. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered it, O Yahweh, thou knowest. So what does he mean? Can these bones live? And again he said unto him, Prophesy unto these bones and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the words of Yahweh. So this goes right into, I will give you prophets according to mine heart. So he's going to send for her. He's going to send out these prophets, and the dry bones represent people that are not in the truth. People that don't understand what this book is actually saying. So when they hear the truth and they come back to what the Bible is actually saying, then the dry bones live, because now you're spiritually alive. It's talking about spiritually dead. If you are dry bones, you are dead in spirit. Let's move over. There's going to be some sun. We're almost done. That's good.
You want me to read,
Let me just keep going. Okay. So like I said, he said, Can these bones live? And I answered, You know, prophesying to the bones. And he said unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of Yahweh. So those are the people that hear this truth and accept this truth. They're the people that receive the truth. And so now they were spiritually dead. Now they're spiritually alive again. That's simple. Let me, and if you want to get into the dry bones completely, you can read it for yourself in Ezekiel chapter 37, and that's where you'll find that. Now, let's go back into it. Where were you at?
Isaiah 26 and 20.
Isaiah 26 and 20.
Isaiah 26 and verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
And that's going into Jacob's trouble again. Jeremiah 30 and 7. It says that it shall be a time like no other. It shall be the time of Jacob's trouble, but you shall be saved out of it. So he's going to give you a way out. And that also is, he'll never give you more than you can handle, and he'll always give you a way out. Read 21.
For behold, the Lord Yahweh cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more over her slain.
So they're not going to be able to hide all of their horrible actions against us. So Yahweh cometh out of his place to punish the sinners of this earth. Why do you guys think the place is crashing in on itself right now? It's pretty simple. It's just most people have never read the Bible to find out, holy shit, this is all real? You mean it's all written thousands of years ago that exactly these things are going to happen? It was written thousands of years ago that they're going to make you take a subdermal implant of a foreign object placed beneath the skin in the right hand or in the forehead so you could be digitally subscribed to society? You mean that's written in here? And there's consequences for that? All this stuff is coming to pass. So at the end, when it's all said and done, there's going to be the people that heard, the people that received the truth, and then there's going to be the people that forbear, the people that reject what they hear. And you got to remember, those are all receipts over there. This is the 100% truth. These aren't lies. People hate the truth. I keep telling you, the truth hurts, but the lie feels so good. Why do you think when somebody hears a lie all their life, and they say, oh no, that was a lie, they hear the truth, but subconsciously, the lie is what they're more comfortable with, so they always want to go back to it. That's why when you guys see that the scriptures say that Yahushua is a black man and not a white man, it freaks everybody out. Then you read it for yourself and then try to justify through all these different books. And honestly, you can't go against the truth. You can, but at the end, you're going to find out that you were just a dummy. We got let's go to, we got two more and we're going to shut it down. I'm out of scriptures. I'm out of Psalm 57.
Psalms 57.
Yeah, we're moving on. We're going to Psalm 57. Starting from the top.
Psalm 57 and 1 to the chief musician.
Just start from Be Merciful.
Okay. Psalm 57, verse 1. Be merciful unto me, O Yahweh. Be merciful unto me, for my soul trusteth in thee. Thee and shadow of thy wings will I make my refuge unto these calamities be overpassed.
Did you hear that? He said, take me into the chariots pretty much and protect me. Where is his wing? How are we going to be under the wing of protection? In fact, you know what? Give me Revelation chapter 11 and 12. Let's prove that chariot is the wing. Because he said that, come over here and be protected under my wing until this indignation overpass. Let's see what Revelation chapter 11, verse 12 and 13.
Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven, and a cloud and their enemies beheld them.
So there's that wing of protection because our enemies are watching us. Now, to prove that that's the protection, read verse 13.
Verse 13, at the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to Yahweh of heaven.
So, when the remnant go up into the cloud, into the chariot, and they're watching the earth get destroyed, they're scared. Read the next verse. Let's see when this takes place. Because there's a timestamp on this too. What's the timestamp? Read the next verse.
Verse 14, and the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
The Second World War is over. And the third world, the word woe means total and utter destruction. The Second World War, which was a total and utter destruction, has passed. And the Third World War cometh quickly. Read verse 11 again.
Verse 11. Revelation 11 and 11.
I
Revelation.
mean 12. Read 12 again.
Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven and a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
So that happens before the third woe, the third world war. That's what time frame we're in right now. That's why we keep telling you we are in those last days. Let's jump around some more. That was Psalm, right?
That was Revelation 11 and
We were at Psalm. So go back to Psalm chapter 57 and read verse 2.
okay. Psalms 57.
You know what? Start at 1 again. Be merciful unto me, O Yahweh.
Okay. Psalm 57, verse 1. Be merciful unto me, so trusted in thee, yea, and the shadow of thy wings will I make my refuge unto these calamities be overpassed.
So keep reading.
Verse 2, I will cry unto Yahweh, unto
Yahweh Most High.
unto Yahweh Most High, unto Yahweh that performeth all things for me.
So I'm going to cry out to my Father. I'm going to utter the correct tongue so I can make sure he hears me. And read verse 3.
He shall send from heaven and save me from the reproach of him that would swallow me up.
Salah.
Salah, Yahweh shall send forth his mercy and his truth.
So I'm going to cry out to the Most High, and he's going to send from heaven and save. He says, save me from the reproach of him that would swallow me up. And so the him that would swallow me up right now represents the whole system, the whole earth. You know, it's almost illegal to be black in like China or Japan. It's like, wow, we've never even seen one of those before. You go to any other country, they probably lynch you just for being there. Here, this is spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Why? Spiritually, this is where slavery was. And Sodom, come on, we all know what that is. And Obama made it legal for marriage, right? So this is truly that place. We're truly in those days. So he's going to send from heaven and save me. So let's get that too. I think it's man, I hate looking for this verse every time. Man, I hate doing that. Slakia. And he prayed unto the Most High and said, open the eyes of the young men. 6 and 17. Dang it. Go to 2 Kings 6 and 17.
2 Kings 6 and 17. And 2 Kings 6 and 17. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha.
So let's go back to Psalms 57 and 3 again. It says, and he shall send from heaven and save me from the reproach. So when you're at 2 Kings 6 and 17, it's telling you how he's going to save you from the reproach. It literally tells you. It says that Elisha prayed and said to Yahweh, I pray thee open his eyes. Because the kid, he was scared. He didn't know that there was angels round about protecting him. He didn't know about that. So he said, I pray thee open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And what did he see? The mountain was full of Yahweh's army. That's why it's describing the horses and the chariots and the chariots of fire round about Elisha. It's describing the Shabbaot. It's describing Yahweh's army. So when you go back over to Psalm 57, stay where you're at. Psalm 57. What does it say? It says, I will send from heaven and save. He will send from heaven and save me. He will send from heaven and save me. What is that called? Yahweh's army that came for Elisha. So who do you think that he's going to send from heaven to save us? It's that simple. We're about to be out of here. This is almost all over. And most people that know that are either in denial or pretty much they're all in denial. Unless you're at this 100% truth, you're in denial saying, no, things are going to get better. This happened before, blah, blah, blah. It ain't getting better. And you can't stop the truth from coming out because we're not like we're not like all these other groups. We actually read the Bible and follow the instructions. That's what nobody else ever did before. Let's close out with Jeremiah chapter 29. I ran out of scriptures. But my dog ate the rest. Verse 29 and 12. through 15, yeah, start with 12. Wait. Start at verse 11.
Jeremiah 29 and 11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, said the Lord Yahweh, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end.
That's beautiful. So I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith Yahweh. And these thoughts are of peace, not of evil. See, just like when you're out messing around in the streets and your dad comes out there and starts whooping your ass, well, that was a punishment that was given to you. But when the punishment is over, it doesn't mean your parents don't love you anymore. It means that you were punished for a certain amount of time, and now that that's over, he's going to go back to protecting you. In fact, the punishment was protection. The punishment is the protection. Keep reading.
Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you.
So, and you shall seek me. Then you shall call upon me. What did I tell you in the beginning of the class? Group 3 and 7. Yet this day in our and we will praise thee in our captivity. That's calling upon him. To praise him means to go back to the instructions. So it says, and you shall call upon me, and you shall go and pray unto me, and I will listen unto you. Verse 13.
And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart.
Your heart represents your mind. So you have to be mentally invested with the truth. Do you understand that? You can't just say, I love the Lord and the Lord's going to save me. No. 2 Timothy 2 and 15 clearly states, study to show thyself approved. A workman not being ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth. So read 13 again.
And ye shall seek me.
Wait, right there. You shall seek me. How are you looking for the Most High? By following his instructions, by studying his book, by doing the things to be Christ-like. In other words, being like the Messiah, the Mashiach, Yahushua. Read one more.
Jeremiah 29.
Read 13 and 14 together if I stop.
And ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your heart. Verse 14. And I will be found of you, saith the Lord Yahweh, and I will turn away your captivity.
This is how we know again that we're in those last days. He said, I will turn away your captivity. It also tells you we will praise you in our captivity, but it says, how do we know we're still in captivity? Because it says, yet this day in our captivity we're subject to payment. We're subject to payment. Keep reading.
And I will gather you from all the nations.
And didn't I tell you we have been scattered to the four corners of the earth, mingled amongst the other nations?
And from all the places whither I have driven you, saith the Lord Yahweh, and I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive.
So he's going to bring us back to our place. And that's the point. You guys are running out of time. You guys aren't even calling on the correct name. But somehow, Jesus is going to know your spirit. But once you find out that his name ain't even Jesus, you still keep calling on that, you show how your spirit is. You show that you're wicked. It's a wickedness that's around you. You're surrounded by it because once you heard the truth, somehow you were offended by the truth. And that goes into Mark chapter 4, starting at like verse 16 through 18. You find out there's little things about this truth that you don't like, and you're offended, and you go right back to the world. So we're going to close out with Obadiah 1 and 15. Yeah, Obadiah 1 and 15. Because, see, we're going back to the kingdom. But everybody that oppressed us, they're not. They're not. And anybody that thinks that Yahweh, God is all love, ask me why King David chopped off Goliath's head. Ask me why Moses chopped off that Egyptian's head. Ask me why we fought wars. Ask me why he killed everybody in the flood. So if he's all love, we got a serious issue.
Obadiah 1 and 15.
Obadiah 1 and 15.
Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done it, shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
So as you have done to the Israelites, it shall be done unto you. Thy reward shall return. So you're going to be rewarded with the same treatment that you gave the so-called Israelites that aren't the real Israelites. That's not the truth. But once again, in Deuteronomy chapter 28, it says that the curses will be on you as a sign. Why? So people will know exactly who you are. Exactly who you are. Now, when you go over the curses, that's when you find out, damn, I know exactly who that's happening to. And there's only one group of people on this earth that are really getting that treatment. Not one complexion of people, one group. And that's the bloodline of the true Israelites that suffer the curses until Yahweh comes to get them. That's why we're praising him in our captivity right now. So with that being said, so we're going to face the east. We're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, God.
I want to give double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers that have not changed this truth for the last 30 plus years. Shalom.